is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, I'm Gryfer here, and this is another DC Legends video. In this video, I am going to go over Bleez. Now, before we get started, I'm going to say something that it's a decision I made a little while ago. I have a lot of 7011 tunes, and what I've decided is that I have also a lot of tunes that are 6010. So I have like, so for example, Black Canary, Green Arrow. I'm gonna go ahead and count Medfield in that rank. I'll count Kid Flash in that rank. You know, Clayface. So what I've decided is that for the mass majority, for a lot of these tunes, I'm gonna leave them at 6010. The reason being is that when I do a review on Bleez, for example, and I put her in the campaign, when I'm putting her in the campaign with 7011 tunes, then the 7011 tunes are just going to overshadow her. You won't really see what her contributions to a team might be. So I think I have enough. I don't have a lot. And I'll probably work on a few more of these to get them 6010. And some of them, like Constantine and Brainiac, I'm going to take 7011 just because I've always wanted to. But there will be others that I think have a diverse enough kit to be able to show how a tune would perform in campaign if they're 6010. And then you can kind of extrapolate that out to PvP, because also I can't put a lot of 6010 tunes I can't put into PvP because, again, 7011 players, so it's just harder. Now, here is Bleez. I took her 6010 this morning. I'm going to put the little video in the corner of me doing that because I love that. I love seeing that. I don't know if you guys like it or not, so I'll put it in the corner instead of making it the main show. I remember reading through her kit when she first came out and liking what I saw, but I genuinely don't remember it anymore. That was... my memory's terrible. It was like 2 weeks ago. So right now what I'm going to do as I go through and try to determine where I'm putting blue rings, because I took some of my blue rings and put them in the Catwoman in a video yesterday because I think she's really underrated. In any case, I'm going to go through a few and then I'm going to decide where I want my blue rings to go here, give you the reasons why, and then I'm going to take her in the campaign with some other 6010 tunes, and then that'll be it for her video today. And then the next video, I'll take her 7011 and then do a full guide on her. So A1, damage to a single target, 85% chance to apply taunt on Bleez. So she just wants to taunt, okay? And then the next damage is 10% damage, 10% damage. Also, when it comes to rings, especially the blue ones, because they're so scarce, I don't try to ring out every ability. So for example, if Bleez has an ability where her last ability adds the last 8 rings, you know, that last thing, the level 8 for this ability, for example, it has, that's 10% damage, so that's worth it to me. But then let's say this thing down here, this level 8 was 5%. I'm not spending 8 blue rings for 5% damage. Sorry, I'm just not doing it. So I make determinations on where I put the rings based on how valuable I think that actual ability or addition to the ability is. So this increases damage by 10%. I would take those. So I'm going to hold off on that right now. Damage to all enemies, 70% chance to apply enraged to the primary target. I don't really care about enraged that much. I mean, I guess it's good to have, but it's not really... Like, it has the next 10%. I don't really care about those next 40%, that next 10% of enraged. And I don't want the extra 20% enraged because I don't care if the person's enraged. Okay, damage to a single enemy. If the target is enraged, deal plus 150% damage. Okay, now I care about if they're enraged. Now I care. So yes, I want them to be enraged. All right, that's giving some things in my head that I could do with her at 7011. Let's see how it works with 6010. At the end of every enemy turn, if the enemy is enraged, 78% chance to purge 2 buffs. That is good too. Okay, so this is why you read the whole kit before you reject stuff. At the beginning of every Bleez turn, 55% chance to apply 3 mins if she has taunt and gain awareness. Wow. Okay, I like how this reads so far. Okay, I like how this reads. Now for her legendary point as well. Plus 50% additional damage if Bleez has taunt. That's good. Apply heal immunity if an enemy is taunting. Bleez gains true sight. That could be good. 75% chance to stun a random enemy with enrage. So that can still be targeted. At the beginning of the battle, Bleez starts with taunt and death immunity. Okay, this is where the legendary point will go. And then I will put the other one. I think this is the one I would take second. Anyway, so I'm going to put some rings here because I want that damage. I want this damage. And I don't... damage. So 78% chance is good enough at the moment. I do want to ring that out more, but that's okay for now. 55% chance to apply 3 mins. Let's boost that up 2 times. Oh no, 4 mins. I want to do that. All right, so let's go back up here. Let's gain 10% more damage. I'll wait on the chance because I don't really... She applies taunt, but 85% is already a lot. 75% chance to enrage. Her kit is kind of centered around enrage. I'll do that 25% first, then I'll do this because I do want the 75% chance. I'll go back here, give me that 10% more damage, and then up at the top. Or do I want to have an enraged chance, or do I come down here for one of my passives? Purge 2 buffs. Let's go ahead and make it a 65% chance. All right, so I've kind of tried to balance that out. So next, I'm going to take her into campaign with a few other 60-10s and see how she performs. So I formed this 60-10 team around Bleez. I went ahead and ran it one time just to be sure that this experiment that I want to do works, meaning having other tunes at 60-10. So yeah, I like it actually. So I'm going to go into this battle and see how it goes. We're on the second to last node of Chapter 8 Heroic. Now, the thing that when constructing this team, and I've come to realize that I may have a limited amount of 60-10 people. I've taken a lot to 70-11. So I'm going to try to build my 60-10 roster a little bit. In any case, the reason why I have it set up this way for these specific tunes is both Green Arrow and Arsenal give strength downs. If I'm not mistaken, Green Arrow does give strength downs as well. And Bleez is a strength-based character. Her role here is to be the taunter to protect the rest of the team, but as the team is laying strength downs, that means that she's going to hit harder. Now, I know some of you out there who are further in the game will say, well, doesn't she work well under Atrocitus? And I'm sure she does. The problem is my Atrocitus is 70-11. I'm going to try her with Atrocitus. So here, I mean, she's got a ton of mins. She's fully healed. She has awareness that she keeps picking up after every one of her turns if she's taunted. Her A1, just put on that taunt again. Kid Flash did a pretty good job of keeping the turn meter down. She's not really... Trying to get a good gauge on her strength. And I gotta be honest, I wasn't paying as close attention as I should have been in the beginning, explaining the rest of the 60-10 team. But we'll see it in the next campaign. So they're hitting for 3, 4, 3. She hit for 2, 8. So that's not a whole lot of damage, even with those strength downs on. And she is the neutral affinity, while Green Arrow is the positive affinity. Let me go ahead and go to the next. You know, I want to run that one more time, just to see. I'm sorry, like you guys probably don't want. I'm trying to get a good gauge on her strength versus the other 3 in this situation, because they should all be. Arsenal is actually missing 1 or 2 gears because I didn't have enough, and it's Wednesday, so I can't change it. So that's 5 that she did there, and that was a AOE crit 10K. So okay. So I guess her damage is in line with... That's not really that hard hitting. Or is it just me? Did I see the numbers wrong? So Green Arrow just hit for 3, 5, and she hit for 3, 2, 9. So she's hitting weaker than the tune that has the negative affinity. That does not speak well at all. And that was on his AoE, and that was her A1. Her A1 should be hitting harder, no? Am I missing something? So he just hit for 1-7 on a crit for Doomsday. There are a lot of strength downs. She hit for 1-2. That's a neutral affinity. He has the negative affinity. He's hitting for 4,700 and 3,000. Okay, that one she hit for 15, but that was a bunch of strength downs. So legitimately, it looks like Green Arrow Emerald Knight is hitting harder than Bleez, despite the fact that she is a negative affinity. Or that she is a neutral affinity and he's a negative affinity. Like his damage is matching up, if not exceeding. I mean, that was 10,000 crit, but okay, you know what? Let's go to the next stage. Oh, do I even have the energy for it? Hold on, I'll be right back. So we're on to the next stage, and actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this down to 1x so I can get a better gauge of just the damage that she's doing. So we see Kid Flash. Kid Flash, that's his AoE. Crit is 5/4, okay? Arsenal, 4/8 bonus because it's a positive affinity. She hits for 9/2 on her A3. That's his A2. He crits for 11/5. Is it just me or is she not hitting that hard? I don't think she's hitting that hard. Now her main, I'm gonna let it go one more time at 1x, and then I'm gonna go ahead and change it back to 3x because 1x is excruciatingly slow. So 4/3 on a neutral affinity. Kid Flash hit for 4/6. He crits for 6/8. So maybe I'm comparing his crit to her because maybe Green Arrow's just critting more. I'm comparing his crit to her regular speed. Let's go 2x. Help me see the numbers, but it won't be going so slow. 4/7 bonus damage. Positive affinity there. Well, that was a crit, so not counting that one. I'm going to just try to get the regular readout. So he hit 6/8 as bonus damage. And she hit like 7. So it seems like, okay, so Green Arrow just had a crit of 3/3 on the boss here. The name is slipping my head right now. Necron. Okay, there we go. Just completely forgot his name. And that was a 3/9/3/2 neutral affinity. Okay, so it seems like her damage isn't that fantastic. That's a 8/3 crit. That's a 5/5 crit on an AoE. Give me one more crit from, so Green Arrow's hitting harder. Is Green Arrow just a beast and I just didn't know about it? When did that happen? I mean, I had a lot of my alliance mates recommend that I take him up to 70-11. I just haven't done it. And I'm not going to now. But, it looked like Green Arrow's damage was keeping pace with Bleez, despite the fact he was a negative affinity and she was a positive. All right, so said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to try it anyway because she's a taunter that 0 turns with death immunity. So I wonder if I could use her now. 60-10 in... Ooh, no, we're not doing that. That's a bad idea. Bad. Or will I get lucky if I refresh and find a team that's kind of a lower power level that I can go against? And no, I won't. So what do you got? Oh. Ooh, let's see. Maybe Saint Walker? Yeah, let's put her all against the Mystics. That would be fantastic. Okay, here should be good. So I'm going to use her as the taunter. She's supposed to be the protection. It's going to be a problem with Red Robin from the get-go. I'm going to put in... I'm going to give her a really good solid team to go against. So, I mean, judge me if you want, but I kind of want her to succeed in this. Let's see. I'm not going to do Black Flash because that's a little bit too much of an advantage. And we have a Harley Quinn sitting there. I'll do Black Hand as the problem solver for Arcus. And then, actually, you know what? Let's put Green Lantern in just so we deal with Harley Quinn. Or, you know what? I said it before, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it now. Let's just go ahead and put Atrocitus in. Who cares if she enrages us? That's a cool look. And let's see, who do we have next? There's Atrocitus. She's supposed to be the protection. We're going to need one more damage dealer from energy. And actually what I may do is put my own Arcus in there. All right, let's see how this goes. I just want to see how she performs as a taunter. We'll probably lose this match, but I want to see how she performs in PvP, just for my own edification and for you guys to see. Here she is a 60-10 and, you know, basically 70-11 arena. All right, and her, like I said, I should have seen that coming, and I wanted to counteract him doing that, but see, I haven't even had a chance to do anything yet. And this is a dumb move because it's gonna block everything. Oh well, everybody already has their damage immunity or their debuff immunities up. Ooh. Yeah, there she goes. Now, I got to be fair to her. I didn't build this team too well. I really didn't build this team well. Just because I wanted to run Atrocitus lead, see what would happen. So, actually what we'll do is I'll just because I hate Harley Quinn because of a rework upset me, I'm going to kill her real quick. And then I'll get out of here. Okay. So we'll try one more team. Should we go Saint Walker? I mean, you can't enrage him. And he removes the enrage from his team. But it just feels like it should be Atrocitus and Bleez versus Saint Walker. I don't know. That just seems like a matchup that I should go for. All right. So we'll use Bleez. We'll still use her as the... I should not use her as a taunter against a bunch of mystics. That's just not smart. And that was a team I just battled. So we'll go to... That's going to be a problem with... Or is it though? I think I'm trying to get a little bit too cute, but we'll go ahead and do it anyway. And this will be it. This will be the last battle, then I'll call it a day. So far, I think she's impressive. I think I will take... I'm curious about how she will work once she's 70-11. Because I think that she could be a pretty good taunter to keep your team clean. We have already some pretty good ones in Power Girl and Chemo in the energy realm, but Jessica Cruz isn't a bad one. She just doesn't really fit for endgame. But I think she's pretty good. Let me see. Kilowog was the one I wanted to put in here. But I think she's pretty good so far. Like, is she game changing? For your early to mid game, yes. But otherwise, I don't think. I think she'll just be a good solid 2.5. So let's go ahead and neutralize Azrael. And of course, this Harley Quinn, when you don't have her on your team, is a beast. Anyway, all right, so I'll do this. And then Harley Quinn will probably kill him immediately. Okay. And now, so damage to a single target. If the target is enraged, extra damage. Apply damage to all enemies, 75% chance to apply enrage to primary target. So let's do that. Did not apply the enrage. That's okay. She still has her death immunity. That's cool. And because she's with Kilowog and she's taking all these critical shots, she's going to hit harder. Let's give her some more enhanced strength ups. This I'm trying to save for when Azrael goes nuts. Let's go ahead and A2U. And of course, she goes into the taunt again, but we have that death immunity, so you can bring it. There goes Kilowog. I think, technically, I think she had a good showing there, even though it wasn't the best. I think, not even good showing, but I think she would be good in arena, in 70-11 arena as a taunter. I truly believe that. So I'm going to take her 70-11. And in the next video, I'll do a more in-depth guide to her at 70-11. So in any case, thanks for watching. I just had to kill Harley Quinn before this was over. In any case, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.